So, what all goes into making feed to keep the cows healthy and producing efficiently?
Well, we feed our cows a recipe that is the same every day. It has items in it like alfalfa, corn silage, vitamins, minerals. It is a fully balanced diet that is done by our dairy nutritionist that visits with us every 2 weeks to help keep our cows eating the proper diet so they stay healthy.
So, how has technology come through in the last while from feeding and stuff?
Well, there are computerized programs that can help keep track of your recipe. There are a diet called a total mixed ration, which is a ration where all of the feedstuffs are blended together, and it becomes a very good diet for the cows to eat every day.
So, like, I know that I see that you have a wagon in here that you're using that unloads feed by itself and mixes the feed by itself. Does that have a special name?
It's called a TMR mixer.
Um, so how long kind of have those been around, and how have they changed the whole industry, really?
They have been around for several years already. Ours is called a vertical mixer because it has two augers that are vertical inside. There are also horizontal mixers that mix feed horizontally. And essentially, they do the same thing.
So I see that you're going in a barn here that has a big alley in it, and it has sides. What do you guys call that?
That's called our freestyle barn. And as we have such a beautiful summer day today and it is warm outside, we have, if you can see that the sides of the barn are totally open, very comfortable in the barn. It's nicely shaded for the animals, and there's fans that are operated that on sensors that turn on if they need to be on and they turn off if they don't need to be on. If it's even warmer where we need the sprinklers on to cool the cows, we have a sprinkler system that is computerized that turns on water to sprinkle the cows at different temperatures.
So I heard of a farm that has water beds for the cows and plays classical music, and they noticed that the output of their milk was more. What do you think about that? Do you think it's a waste of money?
Well, I don't think it's a waste of money. Anything that you can do to help your cows to be happy and comfortable makes for a happy cow.
So, like, what goes into keeping them clean and healthy?
Particularly for us, we use sand bedding, so the cows are very comfortable laying in sand. And we have to make sure that we clean up the litter alleys for the cows. We do that twice a day with skid steers. So if you look at our cows, they're nice and clean, and they like laying down in the sand.
So, like, in a fair setting, like a fair grounds, like how they show cows, is that any different than how a cow's day-to-day life would be? Does that put any stress on them being there?
Well, most of those animals that are at a show are animals that are also trained. So nobody wants to stress their animals there because it is also a show. So generally those are even taken care of even more so because they're at a show and people are giving them all the attention they could possibly have 24 hours a day. There is somebody right by them.
What are the steps of milking a cow to make sure that that the milk comes out good?
Well, at our farm, our cows are housed in the freestall barn where they get to eat whenever they want, they get to drink water whenever they want, and they lay down in the freestalls, which are sandbedded, whenever they want. When it is time for milking, we move a group of cows to the milking parlor. That is the area where we have a person operating the milking parlor that cows enter. And we have a system in there for prepping the cows, cleaning the cows, and the person attaches the units. When the cow's milking time is complete, a sensor automatically removes the unit, and then our parlor operator goes back and finishes out the cow by dipping her with a product that helps to keep her clean.
So I noticed you were using a machine to wash up their udders. Um, what is that called, and how long has it really been around?
Ours is called the Future Cow Brush. We personally have had ours in for a year now, and it has been in the area longer than that. We have just had ours for a year, and it operates very nicely. It has brushes that are very comfortable and a liquid solution that helps clean them, and it also goes back, the brushes also dry them, so that is totally clean area when the unit is attached.
So I just wanted to clarify and stuff. I've heard some rumors from people that are in my class that cows dislike being milked. Is that true?
Being milked for a cow is a very natural process. That is what a cow is meant to do. She produces milk, and we need to remove it from her udder. So it becomes a very comfortable, good feeling for her. It is a natural process when she gives us the milk.
So is there a way to know whether a cow should be milked and how they should be milked?
Well, many farms are slightly different. We milk cows 2 times a day. Some cows milk their cows 3 times a day. That is just how different farms operate. And it is recommended that the cleaner that your farm is and the cleaner that you keep your cows, the better off it is for the cows and the milk.
So thanks for taking the time to do an interview with me so that people around our area can know more about what goes into all of this.
Well, I thank you, Griffin. The green areas show that a cow is eating and she's being active like normal. So that's what we like to see. But what this tells me is there are some hours of the day that she doesn't get up and eat. So that's what suspicious is telling me. Where a normal healthy cow, they actually get up every hour and go eat.